All right, welcome back. So today, instead of doing an opening, I'm actually going to be showing off some of my PSA collection. I got back into collecting about the end of last year and figured, hey, I'm going to send some stuff off to PSA and start kind of having a encapsulated collection or having a sealed card collection with the PSA slabs. And so figured I'd go ahead and show off some of my English cards today, and then I'll make another video that's got some of my Japanese. I don't have that many. I sent off my first PSA submission back in January and got them back last month. I think it took about 67 business days. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and just show off some of the cards I've got. So this is Lapras from Sun and Moon base set. And I don't keep many non-10s, so you'll probably see a lot of 10s. Suicune from Lost Thunder. And I mainly focus on full art trainers right now, but I've got a couple of full art Pokemon. Articuno from Celestial Storm. So big fan of the blue, as you can tell. And then I've actually only got, I think, I've got two more full arts. So I've got Scissor from Celestial Storm, and then Metagross from Guardians Rising. Actually, I've got a few more Pokemon than I first thought. I got some Charizard. So here's Charizard from Flashfire. Charizard from Burning Shadows. And actually, Burning Shadows has been an absolute pain to try to find cards that are worth grading. A lot of printing issues with whitening on the back, whitening around the edges, just a ton of cards that are just never going to get PSA 10s because they have so many problems with the back. But when I found this one, got it from a guy off of Reddit, and he was like, yeah, it looks really clean, ended up getting it and sending it in. So really happy that this one got a 10. Really cool artwork, and Charizard's just really popular. Also got the Charizard from Dragon Majesty. Not a super expensive card. I think it's like $2 raw maybe, because Dragon Majesty is such a small set. It's easy to pull Charizard. But yeah, I really like this card. Really like the artwork. And again, a Charizard, so popular. All right, so this next card, this is one of my absolute favorites. This is Mewtwo Secret Rare from the Shining Legends set, or the Shining Legends subset, which was a small run. Didn't have booster boxes. Couldn't really buy the packs outside of buying pin collections or buying special boxes that had these packs in them. So you'll run into these cards kind of frequently with printing dots on the back. This one did not have any printing white dots along the blue border, which I found a lot that do. And I was really nervous for this one just from the centering. It's a little off, but all in all, gorgeous card. Ended up getting a 10, so I was really happy with this one. Definitely one of my favorite cards. And I love that it's like a textured hollow just on the Mewtwo. And some people call this Mewtwo because he's in like this tube thing in some sort of lab. And just an awesome looking card. Really like this one. I'm happy to have it as a 10. So these next few I actually bought on eBay before I started sending off cards of my own. This is going to be Shining Ho, again from the Shining Legends set that Mewtwo came from. This is a promo card that came in the Elite Trainer boxes, so there's a ton of these cards out there. Whether or not they're 10 worthy or not, tough to tell, but these Shining cards are just absolutely gorgeous, with the Pokemon itself being the only holographic portion of the entire card. So really cool. So I've got the Shining Ho. I bought the Shining Jirachi on eBay. Also bought the Shining Genesect. And then I sent off some. When I started sending them off, I had a couple that I grabbed and looked over, and really thought a couple of mine were going to be good contenders for 10. So I actually sent off the Rayquaza myself. So really happy that got a 10. Actually, I bought this from a guy off of Reddit, I think for a couple bucks. I bought a bunch of cards from him, and this was one of them. But looked it over pretty thoroughly, and it looked really good. Also sent off the Shining Arceus. That came back as a 10 as well. And then a really popular one, the Shining Mew. Gosh, really nice looking card. Love like the galaxy in the background. Honestly, if this was a fully holographic card, I think it'd be really cool looking. But again, just that Shining Mew by himself is really nice. And then I actually sent off a Volcanion and got a 10, but I'd actually bought one on eBay as well. So I've got two of these. I'll probably sell one eventually. I think the Shining cards are going to end up being really nice collector items, mainly because the print run was kind of a small subset where you had to find the packs in specific boxes, and you couldn't buy booster boxes or just kind of loose packs in Target or Walmart or anything. So I'll probably hold on to my extra one. And then I actually just sent off another Mew and maybe another Rayquaza. So hoping those come back as 10s as well. So I actually don't have any rainbow rare cards because I don't necessarily like the artwork that much on them. And I actually sent off a couple of just basic GX cards for some of the Pokemon that I like. You saw the full art Metagross. I also have just the regular one from Guardians Rising. I sent off the Umbreon and I actually sent off the Espeon. And so I've got this as a, I mean, it's not really a set, but they're both from the base set Sun and Moon. And they're actually in sequential order. So this one is 425515542, and this one ends in 43. So kind of cool. If I ever were to sell them, I'd probably sell them as a pair just because evolutions and sequential numbers, and I just think they're really cool. All right, so now we're getting into the full art trainers, which I really like the full art trainers. I know some people don't like them because they're not Pokemon. They're just kind of tangentially related, being characters in the show or characters in the game, but I like them a lot. So here's Blaine.
My bald boy.
Blaine's Last Stand. I got Ultra Recon Squad, which I don't know. I think this is from, so it's obviously from the Forbidden Light set, but the game that it's from I think might have been Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I only played the first Sun and Moon, so I think these characters were introduced kind of later on in one of the next games. So I didn't play the game that had this in it, but I thought the card and the artwork looked really cool. This next one I kind of call a set as well. I've got the full art Brock from Evolutions, and I actually have the full art Misty as well. Again, another really cool set for full art trainers, and both Misty and Brock both had original WotC cards, and I'm sending those off in my next batch. I got first edition Misty and Brock from Wizards of the Coast, which I'll send off. And then both Misty and Brock just got new full art trainers for some of the newer Sun and Moon sets. So I sent off 2 Brocks, and I haven't gotten Misty yet. Misty's new full art just came out in the Unified Mind set, and so I'll probably get 1 or 2 of those to send off as well. Next is going to be the Team Skull Grunt. Again, another full art trainer from Sun and Moon. So this is from the base set as well. So this one's actually one of my only XY era full art trainers right now. I've got a couple more that I've sent off, but these are tough to find in gym mint quality, just because for some reason the XYs, which you can tell just because they've got like a dark gray border as opposed to kind of that bright whitish gray. So these were some of the first full art trainers, but I got Steven from Ancient Origins, and then I got Steven's newer one, which is cool, from Celestial Storm. Again, another sequential set. So this one's 8-8 and this one's 8-9. So I like Steven. I like metal Pokemon, and he's kind of a metal Pokemon guy. So you saw Metagross, which is one of his famous Pokemon that he uses, but there's Steven. So I've got Whitney here. Whitney is from the Lost Thunder set, but I believe she was the trainer in Gold and Silver who had a horribly annoying Miltank in the video games, who knew, I think it knew Rollout, and Attract, or Charm, or whichever one's the one that makes your Pokemon not be able to attack because of being an opposite gender. And so her Miltank was always a pain in the butt to battle, and she was like the second gym leader in the games. So, but a cool card. So I've got Lusamine here from Ultra Prism, and then this is, I guess, her possessed form from the Sun and Moon games. And I have her normal form too. So Lusamine from Crimson Invasion, again, sequential set. So you'll see him 21 and 22, which I think is really cool. And I sent off another one of these, and I wasn't able to find another Lusamine I thought was worth sending, but I've got another Lusamine from Ultra Prism going out in my current batch, which who knows when that one will come back, probably another 67 business days, but cool cards. So here's Diantha, Diantha. Diantha's from the Forbidden Light set, and I don't know what game she's from. If I had to guess, it'd be the Ultra Sun and Moon, because I don't remember her from the Sun and Moon games, but I probably just have a bad memory. So I didn't recognize her when I was collecting some of the cards, but I figured, hey, it's full art trainer, looks like a 10, so I'll send it off. Volkner was one that I think he was pretty meta relevant. This card was raw, maybe 18 or 20 bucks. So I sent one of these off. I actually pulled one of these myself and sold it. And then I was like, hey, I'm going to collect full art trainers and get them graded. So I had to go and buy another one. And I think the one I had would probably have gotten a 10. So there's Volkner. Then I've got Morty from Lost Thunder. I think he is a ghost trainer, and I can't remember which game he's from, but again, another full art trainer. Definitely some of my favorite cards to collect. So then we've got Mina from Lost Thunder. Again, another Sun and Moon full art trainer. Really cool card. So this brush, I think there's actually an item card that's I think it's called Rainbow Brush. So I'm assuming that's kind of what that is down there. Oh, and it looks like she's actually painted on her Pokeball, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think I've got 1 or 2 of these going out in another batch. So just trying to get some extras in case I ever want to sell some, because I only need 1. And so any extras I get will probably either go on eBay or I'll try to sell them online. I'm actually going to set up an Instagram, and I'm hoping to photograph all of these cards and get them up on Insta so people can look through them if they want to. But I haven't figured out the best setup quite yet for pictures. I'll probably get some sort of LED box. I've seen a really cool one on Amazon that I've seen someone else use, and it takes really good photos, or good lighting for photos, so we'll see. So here's Tate and Liza, or Tate and Liz, yeah, Tate and Liza. These are from Celestial Storm. I think Tate and Liza are from Pokemon Emerald, the game. I want to say they use Solrock and Lunatone, the Psychic Rock Pokemon. And I think they're a double battle, so I'm guessing they're twins, and that's the reason it's a double battle in the games. But again, another full art trainer card. So this card's actually an expensive one raw. This is the Ultra Prism version of Lily, and I don't have the other Lily, which I think is the Sun and Moon base set yet. I'm sending off 1 or 2 of them in a batch that's out right now, because I sent one off, I got a 9, but this card raw, when I bought this one for $40 raw, and I think it's going for $60 or $70 right now. And as a 10, it can be anywhere up, I think I've seen it as high as like 180 for it as a 10, but a really nice card. People really like this one. So there's a Lily from Ultra Prism. Next, we've got Mars. Mars is from the Ultra Prism set, and I believe she is one of the bad guys, I think from Team Galactic in, oh gosh, is that Pokemon Platinum maybe? That sounds right. I haven't played that one in a little while, but I think Mars is one of the commanders in Team Galactic in Pokemon Platinum. So we've got about 2 more from our English cards. One of those is going to be a full art Lycia from the Celestial Storm set. I actually had bought one of these, and it looked like it had some sort of printing defect. So you can kind of see the background is really rainbowy, and there's some blue. There was like a huge blue, it looked like stain on her head. There was blue leaking around the edges. So I was like, I don't really know what PSA will think about that, or if it's a printing defect or a printing error, but I ended up just selling it and buying another one, sent this one off, and got the 10 on it. All right, and the final one in the English cards is just going to be, oh, just kidding. So Bill's Maintenance, another full art trainer. I forgot I have 2 WotC PSA 10s that I'll show after this, but Bill's from Celestial Storm. So I've got 2 WotC cards as PSA 10s. The first is going to be the Ampharos from Neo Genesis in a first edition. And I sent off 2 of these. One of them got a 9, one of them got a 10. I already sold the 9 to a guy on Reddit. But I bought, I don't know, 10 cards from a guy off of, I think it was Facebook Marketplace. And he had a couple first edition WotC cards and a base set Charizard. And the Charizard was pretty beat up, but he valued it very highly. So I was able to get the rest of the cards for a really good deal and sent them all off. And this was the only one that got a 10. So I held on to this one and sold off the rest. And then my other PSA 10 WotC is a first edition Misty's Gyarados. This one, I was absolutely shocked. I mean, it looked really good, but I got this out of basically a grocery bag from some guy on Reddit. He had like a whole bunch of cards, some of them in top loader, some of them just flailing around in some bag in his attic. And I posted on a subreddit that I was buying Pokemon cards, and he reached out to me and was like, hey, I've got a couple, brought them to me. This was in there in this just disgusting yellow top loader. There was a bunch of other holos. I picked out what I thought was salvageable, this being one of them. This was the only one of his I sent off to PSA, And then the rest I was actually able to sell on like TCG and eBay for a pretty good price because they were in nice condition, but not PSA 10 contenders. And so this one I thought might have been a stretch, but when it came back as a 10, I was absolutely thrilled. So that's my last English card for now. Like I said, I've got another set out, or another whole group out that I sent to Ludkins about a week or two ago. And I think they sent it to PSA on the 15th of June. So that'll probably be back in, 60, 70 business days from then. And then I'll do a PSA returns video. And I don't look at the grades beforehand, so we'll see them together, which is really fun. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of content. I do openings, I do PSA returns when I get them. And then right now I'm just kind of showing off what I've got so far. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure to smash that like button. Really helps me out.